Very good evening, class 7th. As I'm taught you the chapter 3 energy, and we have done till potential energy, right? So there's a quick revision of that, and after that I will proceed to the further chapter. That we start with what is work, okay? So first of all, everything you do, right? Anything you do, either you move any object, you apply force, you put energy in it, it is work, okay? Now see, the work done by a force on the body depends on two factors. There are two factors on which work done by a force on a body depends, that is magnitude of the force and distance through which the body move in the direction. Like see, the box is over here. When you apply a force on it, its initial position changes into final position. The box will move to this distance. Now distance covered, right? Distance through which the body moves, and magnitude of the force, the quantity of force you applied over it. So what is work? Force into distance, the magnitude of the force and the distance through which the body moves, okay? So moving further, now this is how you get your very important formula of work, force into distance, okay? Now next is unit of work. Now what is the unit of work? As I told you earlier also, that work is a kind of energy, right? So what is the unit of energy? Joule. The work has also the same unit, that is joule, and 1 joule is equal to 1 newton meter also, because as you can see in the formula, what is the unit of force? That is newton. And what is the unit of distance? That is meter. So newton into meter. So 1 joule is equal to 1 newton into 1 meter, okay? So the SI unit of work is joule, which is denoted by the letter J. Work is a scalar quantity. Now mind this thing, work is a scalar quantity. It does not have direction, that's why it's a scalar quantity. It's only have magnitude. I hope you got it, okay? And here are two examples shown over here. I tell you one of them. A force of 5 newton when applied to a body displaces it 2.5 meter. Find the amount of work done in the process. Now you have to, as you have taught earlier also, what is the formula of work? The formula of work is force into distance. Now check in the numerical what quantities are given. A force of 5 newton. So what is given over here? Force. Okay, force. How much? 5 newton. When applied to a body, displace it 2.5 meter. Now displace it means it moved at particular distance, right? So what is the distance it covered? It covered 2.5 meter. Now you got F, you got D. Now put it into the formula simply. 5 newton into meter, 5 into 2.5, that is you got 12.5 joule. So what answer came? 12.5 joule. In the same manner here this question is also solved, so you can go through it, okay? Now next is condition of no work or zero work. Now see, what is no work and zero work? You may apply all your strength force in trying to lift a car or push a wall and find that you cannot move it. You if you trying to push a wall, is it possible that wall move certain distance? Is it possible? No, na, it's not possible, okay? So then since the object did not move, no work is said to be done by the force applied by you. Thus, in physics, no work is done if an object or body does not move on applying a force. For example, when you push a wall by applying force, does it move from its position? No. Since the wall does not move, the work done by you on the wall is zero. Therefore, no work is done if there is no displacement. Mind this thing, if there is no displacement, then your work will not be counted, okay? Either you got sweated while pushing the wall or while pushing the car or anything, but if there is no displacement, then the work will be zero over here, okay? Now next is a passenger standing stationary at a railway platform with heavy bag may get tired soon, but he does not do work because the bag held by him does not move at all. Now if you carry very heavy luggage, what will you got tired very soon, na? You are thinking that you are doing much more work, but in the language of physics there is no displacement, therefore there is no work, that is work is zero. Okay, now next is energy. If a person can do a lot of work, we say that he has a lot of energy or he is very energetic. In physics also, anything which is able to do work is said to possess energy. Thus, energy is the ability to do work. Okay, as I told you earlier also that work and energy are interconnected. So what is energy? Ability to do work is called your energy. A body having energy can do work as follows. A body which possesses energy can exert a force on another object. During this process, some of the energy of the body is transferred to the object. By gaining energy, the object moves, and when the object moves, work is said to be done. Energy is a scalar quantity. Now mind this thing. Work is a scalar quantity and energy is also a scalar quantity. They don't have direction, they only have magnitude. It has only magnitude but no direction. Unit of energy. Now what is the unit of energy? As I told you earlier also, the unit of work and unit of energy is same. Okay, now the unit of work and energy are the same. So the SI unit of energy is joule. Whenever work is done, an equal amount of energy is consumed. Keeping this in mind, we can define 1 joule energy as follow. The energy required to do 1 joule of work is called 1 joule energy. Joule is a small unit of energy, so sometimes a bigger unit of energy called kilojoule is also used. The symbol of kilojoule is kJ. Now what is the connection between kilojoule and joule? 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joule. Okay, the unit of energy called joule is named after a British physicist, James Prescott Joule. Okay, now mind this thing, after whose name the energy unit of joule is named? James Prescott Joule. Okay.